Everyone, welcome to third video of our JavaScript learning series. Today we are going to deep dive into the data types we are having into JavaScript. So let's start. JavaScript has several data types which can broadly classified into primitive and non-primitive data types. So first we will be going to start with primitive data types. First one is okay, so before that, so these are basic data types that are immutable. Okay, so first one is number. How you can define them, create them? So number represent both integer and floating point numbers. For example, let num1 is equals to 42. Second one is again defining a variable with let, and it is going to hold 3.14. So you can see first one is integer, second one is a floating point number. You can hold both directly on a variable. To check, you can simply do console log. Mainly we use console log in JavaScript. You can see both values are getting printed properly. Second one is inside primitive data type, second one is string. Let me classify more detailed. So for a string, string represent a sequence of characters. A string can be defined with single quotes or double quotes or backticks. For example, let greeting equals to, I'm using double quotes for this one. First one is this one. For single quotes is like, and for third one it is like let template equals to this backtick hello comma. Why we use this? Because we actually need it to use variable inside that. So if I can show you now, just do console.log. Here first one is the greeting we created with double quotes, it is a string. Second one we created with single quotes, which is alias coming from name. Third one is template. You see, first one, second one, and the third one. So why we use backticks is to pass our data also inside the string. So this was the second type in primitive data type. Third one is boolean. It represents a logical value, just true or false, as boolean is only for true or false kind of data holding. Let's get an example. Let is active is equals to true. Let is logged in, it is false. So if I use single string around it, it will be treated as a string. Okay, so this quotes doesn't require if you actually want it to be a actual boolean value. If you console log this one, sorry, typo is there. Let's see the output. So, okay, we can see first one is true, second one is false. This kind of values actually we use to like authentication kind of systems, some radio buttons, checkbox buttons, this kind of variable which is boolean, we use to manage the data of that kind of things. Fourth one is undefined. So summarize, first one number, second one was a string, third one is boolean, fourth one is undefined. A variable that has been declared but not yet assigned a value has the value undefined. For example, you say let result. Okay, it is just the declaration. If you try to console log its value, it will saying or generating output like undefined. See, just it's below, you see undefined. So the value that has been declared, only declared but not assigned a value, will be generating output of undefined. Coming to the fifth primitive data type, which is null. Okay, null represent the intentional absence of any value and is often used to indicate that a variable should be empty. For example, let empty value equals to null. If you console it log, you will be able to see the null. Okay, next one is symbol. Symbol is a unique and immutable data type and used as an identifier, for example, for object properties. For most beginners, this may not be immediately necessary but is good to know about it. For example, you can define it like this way: const. Why we are using const? Because it is immutable. This is just a name. Then you will have to use this syntax to create a symbol kind of data type. It is description. Do it console log. Okay, the last one for this primitive data type is big int. Please try to make notes if you are. Okay, so for this one, big int is very large integer beyond the number types limits. So there are some limits on the numbers, but if you are trying to hold really big strings, then you can also do them without an issue. For example, like const big number, for example, any large kind of string where this kind of structure we can generate. So doing it as a console log. So till now, everything which we have discussed is primitive data type. Now coming to non-primitive data types, which is the second type of data types. This was the first one. Let's I'm just removing. So we will be discussing now non-primitive data types. I'm going a bit slow so you guys can understand properly. These are more complex types and include objects and arrays. So first one is objects. Why we use objects? Objects can handle or hold any type of data. They can also include arrays, strings, numbers. Whatever we discussed in previous step, we can hold that data here. So what is object? a collection of key value pair where the keys are string or symbols and the values can be any data type. For example, let person equals to, whenever you see this curly brackets, it means like we are entering inside a object. So inside them you can have their key value pair also, like name is Alice, age is going to be 30. What you see here, the start of your object key value pair where name is a string and age is a number. So you see your age is holding 30, which is number, name is holding a string. So that way you can declare and define your array. If you console log and want to access the name from your object, you can do simply person dot name. You will see the output here, Alice. Same if you want to access the next value also, which is from the object person dot age, you can do to access your age. Okay, so this way we can define, declare our object and also access the values from them. Second one is array. Array are an ordered list of values. Array can hold implement of any data type. For example, they are just a bit different from objects but have a whole different use case. Okay, it should be colors is equals to, if you see this kind of square bracket, it means like you are just inside a body of array. So here array are of different types, index array, non-index array, and they can hold also object inside them. So for example, red is one color, green is one color, and if you do console log, you can see the result of an array. CO simply like this. You can create array with any kind of data. This mixture is just a name. You can give it any name of your preference. First example from above, red. Red is a color which is we are inserting as a string. You can pass a number as a value. For third parameter, you can also use an object. Why I do this? Just for describing you, like array can hold any kind of data, string, number, your objects, any kind of array, or you can also use it to hold an individual array inside that. For example, array which is holding car brands, which is like BMW, Volkswagen, and some short name like Mini. So if I do console log for this one, it will show you typo console.log our mixed array. Okay, one more typo. So you see, first one is simple array only holding strings, but you can see the second one is holding all the data. So I think that's it for this data types video. So this was the third video of our JavaScript learning series. Feel free to paste your comments, queries, and if anything else, you can directly reach out to me. Happy coding and thanks for watching.